The air inside the cabin is freezing. I can see my breath in the dim light of the dashboard. My heart isn't just beating, it's slamming against my ribs like a trapped bird. Asterisk, I'm not in my penthouse anymore. I'm not in the corner office overlooking the city, calculating the quarterly growth of my logistics empire. I'm in a 2018 Dynamax RV, parked in the gravel of a forgotten rest stop. We call her Gracie. Once, she was our weekend toy, our escape from reality. Now, she's our only fortress against it. I look at Sarah, sleeping beside me. Her face is thin. She keeps reaching for a phone that isn't ringing anymore. A year ago, we owned a portfolio of 12 companies: logistics, tech incubators, prime real estate. We were the golden couple of the business world. Asterisk, then, the slow bleed started. One by one, the businesses didn't just fail. They dissolved. Contracts vanished overnight. Suppliers went silent. Bank accounts were frozen by anonymous compliance reviews. By last Tuesday, we were officially bankrupt. We lost it all, everything, except Gracie. I sit up. My hand trembles as I reach for the curtain. Asterisk, there, taped to the outside of the glass, is a black envelope. It's made of a heavy, synthetic material that doesn't feel like paper. On the front, written in white, digitally printed ink, is a single word: recovery. Asterisk, I pull the envelope inside. It smells like copper and old money. My fingers are numb as I tear it open. Inside is a military-grade burner phone and a set of precise GPS coordinates. Sarah wakes up. She doesn't scream. She's past screaming. She just looks at the phone, then at me. Mark, she whispers. Is it them? The receivers? I don't know, I say, but they know where we are. Asterisk, I turn the phone on. It has only one function: a login screen for an encrypted server we haven't used in 3 years. Back when we were at the top of the food chain. I log in. My eyes widen. Sarah gasps, clutching my arm. The screen shows a single, active account balance. $for $0.2 million. Asterisk, but there's a catch. The account is under a lien lock. It's our money. The money that was supposed to save our logistics firm. But it's being held by a holding company I've never heard of. Apex Sovereign Holdings. And the timer on the screen is counting down to noon. If we don't authorize a physical presence release at the specific GPS coordinates by 12 p.m., the money vanishes. It deletes itself forever. Before we go any further, have you ever felt like your failures weren't actually your fault? Like someone was pulling the strings, laughing while you scrambled to survive? Subscribe right now and hit the bell. Because what we found at those coordinates changes the definition of unlucky. People think bankruptcy is a sudden crash. It's not. It's a long, grinding series of boring, humiliating moments. Asterisk, after the corporate offices were seized, I took a job at a third-party fulfillment warehouse. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., stacking crates of generic toothpaste I used to buy and sell by the ton. My manager was 23 years old and told me I was lifting inefficiently. I used to run logistics for 3 states. Now, I was inefficient. Sarah worked retail at a strip mall, hiding her face whenever a former friend or competitor walked in. We lived for the routine. Clock in, do the grunt work, clock out, sleep in the RV. The humiliation was our only constant. We have 6 hours. The coordinates are 150 miles away. A remote industrial park deep in the Cascade Mountains. Gracie isn't built for speed. She's built for comfort. Comfort we can't afford. As I pull Gracie onto the highway, I notice a set of headlights behind us. They stay at a perfect distance. They don't pass. They don't switch lanes. They just linger. Like a wolf tracking a wounded deer. Sarah, check the passenger mirror. I mutter. She looks. Her breath hitches. It's a black SUV Chevy Suburban, tinted, no plates. Mark, there are no plates. We weren't just bankrupt. We were being watched. And now, we were being guided. By 9:30 a.m., we're halfway there. The mountains are growing closer. Sarah is on her laptop, using the burner phone as a hotspot, digging into Apex Sovereign Holdings. Asterisk, Mark, look at this, she says, her voice shaking with rage. Not fear. She found a backdoor in our old corporate cloud, a hidden file we were never supposed to see. A document titled The Harvest. It wasn't a series of business failures. It was a targeted liquidation. Apex wasn't a competitor. It was a strategic recovery firm. They specialized in harvesting successful mid-sized businesses. They don't buy you out. They break you. They plant bugs in your software to cause delays. They bribe your suppliers to go silent on peak delivery days. They freeze your cash flow using anonymous tips to regulators. They wait for you to hit zero, and then they buy your physical assets for pennies on the dollar to build their own empire. But then, she finds the names. The board of directors at Apex Sovereign. The very first name on the list, Robert Rowan, my father, the man who died 10 years ago. The man whose inheritance was the seed money for our first business. The man I had idolized for his integrity. Asterisk, the businesses weren't ours. We were just the tenant farmers. My father was the owner. He had set us up to build an empire, just so his company could harvest it when we were big enough. He had staged his own death, just to play the long game. Asterisk, the betrayal is coming from inside the family. I don't even have words for this. If you've ever discovered a secret that flipped your entire worldview upside down, comment truth below. It helps the algorithm find more people who need to hear that they aren't crazy. Asterisk, the industrial park is in sight. It's a ghost town. Rusting silos. Cracked concrete. It looks abandoned, but it's too quiet, too clean. Asterisk, the black SUV is still behind us. Asterisk, we have 45 minutes, Sarah says. Her eyes are fixed on the countdown on the burner phone. We pull up to a corrugated metal building that looks identical to the 50 others. Building 7, the GPS confirms it. This is where $4.2 million, or our in waits. Asterisk, the black SUV pulls up 30 yards behind us. They don't block us in. They just wait. 2 men in nondescript tactical gear, no patches, no insignias step out. They aren't carrying guns. They're carrying tablets. One of them speaks into a throat radio. His voice is muffled. Subject is on site. The countdown has not been interrupted. Prepare for the physical transfer. I grab a heavy iron wrench from Gracie's toolbox. It's a pathetic weapon against whatever system this is. We walk into the building. It's massive, echoing, and completely empty. Empty, except for a single, sleek, black terminal rising out of the cracked concrete in the exact center of the room. The glowing, circular buttons are on the console. One blue, one red dot. Asterisk, the terminal screen flickers to life. A live video feed starts. It's a corner office, identical to the one I lost. A man sits with his back to the camera. He speaks, and the voice is synthesized and humanly calm. Mark, Sarah, congratulations on Gracie making it this far. You've proven your resilience. That was the final test. Failure, properly managed, creates value. You have created value. The screen splits. Button 1, reclaim. If I press this, the lien lock is lifted. The $4.2 million is released to our personal account instantly. We can leave. We can rebuild. We can be the golden couple again. But we have to sign a digital NDA. We have to walk away and never mention the harvest. Apex Sovereign, or my father's name again. We get our life back, but the harvest protocol continues for others. Button 2, reveal. If I press this, the $4.2 million account is deleted. It is gone forever. It burns. But the encryption key for that deletion causes the entire server, every name, every bribe, every pattern of the harvest protocol, and my father's signature to be uploaded simultaneously to every major media outlet in the country. We stay bankrupt. We stay in the RV, but we burn the system down. The tactical team is standing at the warehouse door. They aren't moving. They're just waiting for the choice. They are my father's employees. They are waiting to see if I am like him. Sarah looks at me. She takes my hand, squeezing it. She's not looking at the screen. She's looking at me. We built it once. Mark, she says, her voice strong. We can build it again. I look at the buttons. The time is 11 hours 59 minutes and 45 seconds. My finger hovers over the glowing red light of reveal. What would you do? Would you take the $4 million and your freedom? Or would you stay broke and expose the truth that ruined you? Leave your choice in the comments. I need to know your answer before the clock hits noon.